everyone! For this first punch needle decoration idea, you want to start out by making a paper template that matches the size of a side of a tin can. And then you want to trace it onto your monk's cloth that's already on your frame. Then you want to draw out any design that you want. I decided to make my design with 3 different colors, and one of them divides 2 of the colors. Once you're done making your design, you want to put your yarn in your punch needle, and then you can start making your design. I decided to start with a light pink, and I started to outline it before I went into the middle of where I want this color to be, but you can start wherever you would like. Also, while you're making your design, you want to make sure all of the loops are on one side, because you won't have enough monk's cloth to wrap the tin can. When you're done with one color, you can put a new color of yarn in your punch needle, and then you can repeat the same steps until you finished your design. I went with a dark pink for the second section of my design, and then when I was done with that color, I did the color that was going to be in the middle, which is white. Now once you're done with your design, you can trim the yarn with scissors and separate the details in the yarn with your punch needle. Then you want to take the monk's cloth out of the frame. Once you're done getting the monk's cloth out of the frame, you want to cut a 1-inch border around the design and cut squares out of the corners so it's easier to glue it on the back. When you're done making the border, you want to glue the border to the back of the design with hot glue, and the back is the side with no loops. The next thing you want to do is that you want to attach your design to the tin can. And you want to do this by putting hot glue on one of the shortest edges of the back of the design, and then you can place the tin can in the glue. Then you want to put hot glue on the tin can, and then you want to pull the monk's cloth as tight as you can and put it in the glue. All you have to do now is that you want to repeat the same steps until you have the tin can covered with your design. And make sure you pull the monk's cloth as tight as you can because the design can be shorter. Then if your monk's cloth ended up being too short, you can glue the last rows of the design or the ends of the monk's cloth together by putting hot glue where you want it, and then you want to push the monk's cloth or the yarn together. Once you like how it looks, you're done making your pencil holder. Now to make this next decoration idea, you want to start out by making a template that's in the shape of a picture frame out of paper, and trace it onto your monk's cloth that you've already put into a frame. Then you want to draw out your design. I went with a wavy design, and I'll be putting 2 colors on my picture frame, but you can do whatever you would like. When you're done making your design, you want to put yarn in your punch needle, and then you can start making your design wherever you would like. But you want to make sure all of your loops are on one side. I started in the middle with white yarn. Once you're done with your first color, you want to put your next color of yarn in the punch needle, and repeat the same steps until you have finished your design. For my design, the last color I did was a dark pink. Now when you're done with your design, you want to take the monk's cloth out of the frame. Then you want to trim the yarn and separate the details in the yarn with your punch needle. The next thing you want to do is that you want to cut a 1-inch border around the design. And for the middle, you want to make a border and make a slit in each corner, so it's easier to glue on the back later. You also want to cut squares out of the corners. When you're done making the borders, you want to glue the border on the back of the design. Then you want to trace your template onto a piece of cardboard and cut it out. I cut it out with scissors, and then I cut out where the picture will go with an X-Acto knife. Once you're done cutting out the first piece of cardboard, you're going to make the back piece, and you want to make this by tracing the outer part of the frame and cut it out. Then you want to glue the cardboard with the hole in it to the back of the design. And the back is the side with no loops. Now when the glue is dry, you want to put hot glue on 3 sides of the cardboard that's attached to the monk's cloth, and then you want to place the back part of the frame on top of it. And make sure you keep one side of the frame open so you can put pictures inside of it. The next thing you want to do is that you want to bend a rectangle piece of cardboard that's a little bit shorter than the frame, at about 1 inch. Then you can glue the bent part of the cardboard to the back, and make sure the opposite end lines up with the bottom of the frame. When the glue is dry, you're done making your picture frame, and you can put a picture inside of it. Now to make this last decoration, you want to draw out any shape and design that you want on your monk's cloth that's already in a frame. I decided to make a circle-shaped design with a heart in it. When you have your design ready, you want to put yarn in your punch needle, and then you want to start making your design. I started with the color red for the heart. Then when you're done with your first color, you want to put a new color of yarn in your punch needle, and then you want to follow all the same steps until you're done with your design. I decided to make the rest of my design pink. Now once you're done with your design, you can trim the yarn with scissors and separate the details in the yarn with your punch needle. Then you want to take the monk's cloth out of the frame. Then you want to cut a 1-inch border all around the design and make slits where you need them so it's easier to glue it on the back. I had a circle, so I made slits all around the design. When you're done, you want to glue the border on the back of the design. The next thing you want to do is that you want to cut out a piece of cardboard that's a similar shape as the back of the design. Then you want to glue a piece of twine in a loop on the back of the design so it can hang later. And then you can glue the cardboard on the back, and if you want, you can paint it any color that you want. When the glue is dry, you can hang up your wall hanging. That's how you make these punch needle decoration ideas. In the comments down below, let me know what you think about these DIYs, and if you like this video, subscribe to see more videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!